Now, a group of parents meet in Hull tomorrow evening. They're parents who have a gay son or daughter, and the group is linked to the LGBT Christian Fellowship in Hull and East Riding, which was recently set up. We talked about it on the programme. Lucy Gorman is one of the founders of the fellowship, and it was she that we spoke to. She's a young Christian and told her parents she was gay when she was 17. She told Judy Murden how she prayed often for help and guidance.
Yeah, loads. I didn't go to the church or ask anyone for help because I wanted to make sure that it was my decision, and what I was making, the decision that I was making, and the conclusion I came to was between me and God, and didn't have kind of any other influences. I obviously read books, I went on the internet and stuff like that, but the pivotal moment for me, I remember kind of sat in my bedroom and praying about it and thinking, this is awful, what on earth am I going to do? I think it comes in any kind of problem that you're praying about, but sometimes the best thing to do is just shut up and listen. And I hadn't done that. I just kind of said, why am I like this? Why am I doing it? Why can't you fix this? Why haven't you made me straight? And at the end, it was in an evening, I remember putting my iPod on to go to bed. So I used to kind of listen to a bit of Christian music before I went to bed. And the song Majesty by Delirious came on. And one of the lyrics in there is, your grace has found me just as I am. And that really jumped out at me, that he made me perfectly and created me wonderfully, and that he didn't make a mistake, and he had me just as I am. I only told one other person before I told my parents, and that was my best friend Laura, just to kind of test the water on what on earth was going to happen. But I knew that I wanted to kind of let my parents and my sister and my family know before anybody else found out, because of course I was 17, I was at sixth form, and this kind of thing spreads like wildfire. So yeah, it was incredibly important to me, and I was scared, but they were brilliant.
Tell me what happened.
I came downstairs and I said to Mum and Dad, can we talk? And my dad, always joking, said, are you pregnant? And I thought, I really wish I was. And I remember sitting down, and I think I just burst into tears, and I didn't plan it, and I just said, I think I'm gay. And I just couldn't hold it in anymore. It was a physical relief as well as an emotional one. And I remember my mum kind of looking at me and kind of welling up a little bit as well. And I think she said, I thought you might be. And my dad said, as long as you're happy, we're always going to love you, and we just want you to be happy. And it couldn't have gone better. But I know that that's not always the case in many families, especially in Christian families, that, some people haven't come to terms with their own sexuality, never mind kind of told anyone else about it, just because what they have been taught is that it's wrong, and you can't be a Christian and be gay at the same time. And that's just not the case whatsoever. Kind of being Christian and being gay can intertwine perfectly.
But when you know that there is still opposition in so many quarters, do people say to you, but how come you're still Christian?
All the time. I get asked so many times, why on earth are you still a Christian?
So why are you still a Christian?
I think because, if my faith was centred on people or the church or anything like that, it probably would have crumbled, but it's not. It's centred on a personal relationship with God. And it's that. And that's what kind of drives me to fight kind of for the equality as well, because there are people who are getting an injustice being done to them, and it is I feel responsible as a Christian to do something about that. I don't think that God would want the way that LGBT Christians are being treated to be treated the way they are.
Lucy Gorman, one of the founder members of the LGBT Christian Fellowship in Hull and the East Riding. We're going to hear from Lucy's parents before 8 o'clock on the programme as well.